Nesquik, I'm starting to cough.
So, I think
I need
the
some
only
tea.
thing for that
I think I need some tea. The only thing for that is tea. Thank God it's tea
That
time.
timing was
I mean, it was perfect
superb.
timing. And Jeremy is still here. Jeremy.
I've been brewing this since June of 2020.
Jeremy, I think this is overbrewed tea if you've been brewing it for 6 months.
I feel it's gonna bring out the flavors. It really is.
What kind of tea did you give us today, Jeremy?
It's in 6 months.
You don't even know. It's chai.
It
it's
is
chai.
chai.
It's chai.
I love
Jeremy.
chai.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeremy. I appreciate it.
Very well.
I appreciate it. I actually really need it.
No,
you know,
no, he literally just needed this.
I want you to know
Thank you,
something.
Jeremy.
You know, cheers, by the way.
Salud.
Yes. Yeah. You know,
It's
tea
so
time's a
sad.
cute little thing we like to do here on Brad Show Live. But I want you to know something today, Nesquik. I really need it.
No, you really did. And chai is actually my favorite. So
Is
I haven't been wild in a while,
Is chai good? Is chai good for like a little bit of a sore throat?
I would say any warm water with a little flavor would be good for a sore throat.
Yes, I think
Just to
so.
ease it up.
I think so.
I just love chai. It just tastes so good.
All right, so we have some tea here.
Yeah, let's
This was-
lighten this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we're starting to get a little hot with all
Yeah.
this immigration.
I mean, this is crazy.
These
What's going on?
statistics.
Right. By the way, I started the show saying we're gonna have a light show today, and then, but you know what? You get me all.
Listen, we're all always looking out for the best interest of immigrants, but certain things like there's so many stories that I attach myself to, but something like DACA is just very, and the Dreamers is like very sensitive to me because I am still like a young woman and so many people around me.
Yeah.
On to tea time.
All right.
On to
So
tea time.
here's a previously little known fact about Julia Roberts. I thought this was really cool. Martin Luther King Jr., the Martin Luther King Jr. Now, you know Julia Roberts, she became famous. I don't know if she became famous from
What's the movie
the
where
movie
she was like a stripper?
which she was a prostitute with Richard Gere for the week.
Yeah.
Right. I just forgot the name of it. Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
Right.
Like, it's a
right.
classic. Why
Yeah,
are we drawing a blank?
classic. And he walks into the fancy store in Beverly Hills. He's like, "Do you have anything as beautiful as this woman?" I've used that line. You don't know how many times already. I've used that line too.
It's a good line.
Do you have anything as beautiful as this woman?
Listen, if anyone tried that one with me, I would blush.
That's right. So, any event, Julia Roberts, and she's known for that movie and many others as well. You know, Eat, Pray, Love.
Eat, Love, Pray.
Was it Eat,
Eat, Pray, Love?
Eat, Pray, Love. And many more, obviously. She went to Twitter and she said that Martin Luther King Jr., this guy here, the Martin Luther King Jr., this guy we're looking at right now, the famous Martin Luther King Jr., paid for her birth.
Wow.
Is that wild?
Wow.
If you said to me, you know, true or false, Martin Luther King Jr. paid for Julia Roberts' birth, you'd be like, false. I'm like, what kind of BS is that?
False.
But it's absolutely true.
Wow.
It turns out that Coretta Scott King, who is MLK's wife, was looking for an acting class to bring her children. And back in the day in Atlanta in the 1960s, it was segregated, black children and white children, and she was looking for a mixed race class or any class to bring her children. Julia Roberts' parents ran an acting school, and they graciously accepted Martin Luther King Jr.'s kids into the acting class, and then the parents and Coretta Scott King became very close, good friends. Okay. And Julia Roberts' parents had some rough time when Julia Roberts was being born, and because they became very good friends, Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther King decided that they would pay the hospital bill for Julia Roberts. And perhaps, you know, things would have turned out differently if Julia Roberts didn't have, you know, good medical care as a result of Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow.
And Coretta Scott King.
That imagine having that as a fun fact. Like,
that is a
share
fun
something
fact
about yourself, Julia.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a great story about me like that.
No.
Do you?
No.
So
she was born a day after my birthday, so there's that.
Yeah. So Robert said my parents couldn't pay for the hospital bill. She was born in Smyrna, Georgia, in 1967. And And the Kings, Bernice King, a lawyer minister who's the youngest daughter of the late couple, tweeted that she was grateful to Roberts for sharing the story and that so many people were awed by it. She said, "I know the story well." So it was confirmed by Martin Luther King Jr.'s children. But it was moving to me to be reminded of my parents' generosity and influence.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, think about at that time for a black couple to pay for.
And for it to be that family in particular that was fighting for so many civil rights.
And to know that that person became one of the most famous actresses in the world. Ever.
Yeah.
I think that's wild.
That is so wild.
I think that is.
That's a great fun fact.
Isn't that a great fun fact?
Yeah, that's an icebreaker for sure.
I mean, but if you bet me 3, I'd be like, BS. That is BS.
Right, like when people say like 3 truths and a lie or something like that. That's a lie.
That's a lie,
that's
right?
A lie.
Exactly.
Like, how'd you even come up with that? Or sometimes with those, it's like when it's so wild like that, it might be true because it's like, how did you even come up with that?
Exactly. And Taylor Swift, she has broken a record that's never been done before. Not everyone loves Taylor Swift. You either love Taylor Swift or you're not a big Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah.
You don't really say like, she's okay. I'm the only one that I've ever met in my entire life who says, yeah, she's okay. I like her. I don't love her, but I don't dislike her.
Yeah.
So like, I'm right there in the middle.
Yeah. I kind of would say that I'm in the middle too.
Yeah,
but her fan club, like those that love her, I was telling Jill this earlier, like her fan, I would love to have fans as loyal as Taylor Swift fans because they go above and beyond. Those that do love her hard.
So she became
this new album.
She became famous with her new album, and her new album just came out, and she's the first artist ever to have all 10 songs, top 10 songs in the Billboard Top 100 be Taylor Swift or from the same artist. And she's the first artist to ever accomplish this feat in Billboard's 64-year history. Songs 1 through 10 are all from Taylor Swift.
Wow.
And she beat Drake. Drake almost did it in September 2021 when he claimed 9 of the top 10 spots for a week.
Missed it by 1,
but
Drake.
He missed it by 1. But nobody has ever done 10 of 10.
Wow. Whenever I think of music, history being broken or like things like that, like real things being, I'm like, more than Michael Jackson.
But there's a different era because in the era of Michael Jackson, we didn't have downloads. So the record companies would release one song per cycle, and they would allow that song to go up to number 1, and then when it starts slipping on the charts,
they would release
the next one. Now Billboard charts are not by record sales and airtime on the radio, or maybe it's still a little bit airtime on the radio, but it's mostly by downloads.
Yeah.
And
there's quicker access. There's more of it, so these numbers are the way that they are these days. That's true.
So it's now the Billboard Top 100 is determined by the consumer, not by the record company, not by the label.
Wow,
so I think that's
really
the difference.
Did that.
Probably if Michael Jackson was alive today and released an album, or Whitney Houston released an album, they put 20 songs on it, it would be 1 through 20, you know?
I agree.
Right. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.